This is the Iowa Weather Report for Sunday, November 16th, 2014. And now our first look at the 0Z GFS model run at noon today. We have that trough swinging in across the upper Midwest and into the Great Lakes. This will be taking the snow that came down yesterday into last evening. It'll be moving it off to the east, but it's unfortunately going to be bringing down more cold air into the state. It won't be terribly bad today. Highs will still be in the 20s, but we should see temperatures slowly falling during the afternoon as the cold air does sweep in from the north. Any snowfall will be to our south across Missouri, Oklahoma, and sweeping into Arkansas and the Ohio River Valley with this storm system over the east coast here Monday. But highs on Monday will be struggling to be into the teens for highs, maybe a 20-degree temperature in the areas. But Monday night, Tuesday morning, temperatures will be below zero in northern and northwest Iowa, single digits above zero most elsewhere. Wind chills below zero. It's going to be very cold across the state. Tuesday during the day, highs will make it back into the upper teens to lower 20s. Wednesday, we should see something similar, maybe a few flurries moving through. Nothing to accumulate at this point. As far as we know, most of the precipitation, the heaviest precipitation, will remain over the Great Lakes. We go into Thursday, still remaining quite cold. We'll slowly see a slow moderation. We'll be back into at least the 20s for most of the state here as we go into Thursday. Then on Friday, you see the winds turns to the south. The 540 line goes north of the state, and that could boost temperatures into the 30s. But with the snowpack we now have, that could be tempered down a little bit. You see some precipitation over Texas. This begins to move up here as we move into next weekend. So we could see some precipitation around. Depends what the surface temperature would be if we can get some rain or maybe some interesting other precipitation. We'd have to see about that in the coming days. But this little warm spell doesn't look to last long because here comes another trough swinging in. Not a very deep trough at that. It'll be over the Plain States here by next Sunday. And as you can see as we look at the surface chart, you can see a system will be just beginning to move out. This could, if this is right, bring us some rain to the state. But with the snowpack, that could lower surface temperatures, so we'd have to see if this could be in the form of a wintry mix or so. Going into the extended period, this is the 27th, which is also known as Thanksgiving. You can see northwesterly flow, trough over the east, ridge over the west. We've been seeing that for the last week or so, or almost a week. That would bring the temperatures back down below seasonal levels, maybe into the upper 20s to low 30s for highs. Maybe a little bit of snow activity, mainly centered toward the Great Lakes, but could clip our northeastern counties if this is right. Most of the rest of the nation looks rather quiet. The end of the forecast on December 1st. System moving in toward the Pacific Northwest. Otherwise, pretty much zonal across the country. No real big systems around. And then looking at the surface chart, we have one system over the middle part of the country, but no real cold front, warm front type setup here. So a little bit of precipitation, maybe in the form of rain or snow. A little bit of precipitation moving into the northwest as well. Elsewhere looks rather quiet. The satellite image from last evening shows it's not very quiet around here. We have a frontal system that's moving in. That's going to bring in the next batch of cold air from the north. It's also taking the snow that's around the state last evening and yesterday off to our east. And that is also why the Watch Warning map from last evening still shows most of the area still under a winter weather advisory. This extends back into South Dakota, Montana, Wyoming for some blowing snow, and then the southern strip for snow that will occur later today and into tonight. The QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Thursday evening at 6 o'clock, showing the heaviest precipitation will be to our south over Louisiana, Mississippi. Around here, a little bit of precipitation, mainly in the form of some snow.